Hi guys, welcome back to the shop. We're going to jump back on the YL2C 100 Trailmaster Yamaha. I'm going to go ahead and pull the forks off as, so I can see if I know I'm going to need seals. I just wonder if I'm going to need fork tubes. So we're going to go ahead and tear this part of it down, and we may go a little further, but we've got to get there, and let me show you something that I'm running into on this. A lot of this stuff here is really crusty. It looks like it's just oil, but it's more than that. It's dirt and grease, and it's almost like it's set out in the sun and baked on. I had a dickens of a time getting it off the engine, and I have not even tried getting it off down here yet. And this, like I say, it is really tough. So it's something that's kind of got to be soaked, and you scrape, and then you scrape off some more, and then you soak it some more. At least with the engine, I was kind of able to put part of it into some soap and water. So where I'm at here is I pulled the cables out last night, and as you can see, and you saw before, some of the wires are broke. We're going to have to resheath all these and just clean those up. So we'll get to that too. That's probably some of the electrical gremlins we're having is right there. I've already got the wire loom disconnected here. So basically all we got to do is remove the wheel, the fender, the forks, the headlight bucket, the handlebars, so on and so forth up there. So at least I can get that stuff cleaned up and inspected. If I need to buy some more parts, then we can do it. I've got the engine up here in the stand, and we haven't done anything that you haven't seen. We've been waiting on parts. I've got the new Yamaha seal in, and the large O-ring and the two small O-rings. So that will get the rotary valve cover back on. So what I'm waiting on now is a new pizza cutter for up here. And I did get a gasket in this morning. I've got a gasket set, but I saw a gasket on eBay, and the price was pretty reasonable, so I just went ahead and got that so I wouldn't break up my set. So we're gonna, as soon as that pizza cutter, seems like there's another couple little items here that's coming in. As soon as all that shows up, I'm hoping tomorrow, then we'll be able to put this back together and get it buttoned up, hopefully. Okay, another thing I did last night, because the last couple bikes that I've gotten, I wasn't able to get the either the cable out or the gear set that's in the hub was froze up or whatever. So I just wanted to make sure that I was going to be able to get in there. I think we are. I just left it at that, and that's what we're going to start on. Just trying to get that front wheel off and out of there. So let's see, what are we after here? We've got our 17. Well, that's a good sign so far. I see a lot of rust or corrosion inside there, so I'm going to loosen the pinch bolt over here and then give it a whack and see if the cable or the axle will move. Yeah, just a lot of these old bikes. This one may be okay because it's got these accordions on the forks, but a lot of them get so much junk in there that they just wear the chrome completely off. So that's where I want to look, and if I need to get some made from forks by Frank, then I'll do that. Okay, that moved. It's rotating like it's got good bearings. Okay, got me a screwdriver there. Okay, that came right out. Looks like it's pretty well lubed up, so that's a good. Boy, that may not want to come out of there. Raise it up a little, maybe it'll come out. I guess maybe I'm going to have to let the air out of the tire. Maybe that'll do it. Okay. Well, that's good. All the gears turn in there, so we should be all right there. And I just let the air out so I can kind of squeeze this tire. There we go. Of course, we'll be putting tires on, I'm sure. Those are pretty cracked. They look original. And I guess we'll just go for the fender here now. One left up here. I just wonder if, I know you're not going to get these from Yamaha, but I wonder what the aftermarket's got for the gators. Okay, one thing I see here that kind of worries me is this. This does not look like a factory bolt and a factory washer. So it kind of scares me. Oh, yeah, I see they've got a nut on the back side right here. So is it stripped? I don't know. That's something we need to find out. Yeah, we'll get this kind of from the top down here. These handlebars are actually in pretty good shape. I'm surprised. They may be bent a little bit, but not bad. It's really kind of hard to tell. You know, I can always put another set on it and drill the holes, or you can just leave a, you know, they've got the holes for the wiring to go into. But if I put others on, I probably would just run the wires on the outside, just like the Enduros are. All right, what do we got here? 17 and 17. Let's, I think maybe we should get the headlight bucket first. All right. Probably no oil left in these, would be my guess. Okay, this is a 1/2 inch. They've got a 1/2 inch bolt in there. Yep. Right now it's not looking good, guys. All right. Get the other one off. I don't see any threads in there. Maybe I'm not looking in the right place. All the threads are in the back. Yep. I think we're okay. Let me get you up here. The threads are in the back of the hole. Not sure whether you can see it or not. Probably blinding you. But anyway, they're in the back of the hole, back where the nut was back here. All right, let me expand this clamp just a little bit. That looks like enough. Looks like it's wanting to start out. There she comes. We've got some extra parts here. So I'm trying to get those situated so I know how they came out. Oh, by golly, that one I think is looking okay. We'll have to see. This is really sticky, stuck grease, man. So I'll have to get some, oh, I don't know, probably some Stoddard and see if I can get that off of there. And you can see a lot of the oil coming up here. I'm surprised there's any oil in it. So we'll be pulling this stuff apart when we get it up on the bench. This one seems like it's a little snugger. Is that a word? Snugger? This piece right here, it's not one to slide. So let's see if we can tap it. Yeah, this ring, that would come out of there, but this ring is kind of stuck on there. I'm sure it's going to just drop like a rock here in a minute. And we've got some of that greasy, nasty stuff on here, and I think that's the problem. All right, looks like it's going to come out now. See, this one's still on there, and it worked okay. There we go. We may have lucked out. We'll have to check them too to see if they're bent. This is pretty low miles, guys. I don't feel any little divots in there. We'll of course take it apart and clean it and grease them up, but that feels nice and smooth, so we probably don't need any bearings or races. That's a surprise. All right, I'm gonna take a little Stoddard and see if I can get some of that sticky crap off of there. Yeah, see this right here, granted probably a lot of it's rust. Now see there, most of it's coming off. I think you can see that. Yeah, see that's, I think most of it's gonna come off. Let me work on that a little bit. It's coming off, but actually I'm gonna take a razor blade here and kind of get that big chunky part off. It is really, it's like baked on. I haven't had anything ever, I don't think, like this. As long as it's not rusty and worn out, I guess I shouldn't complain, should I? Okay, there's our dust shield. And I just wonder, let me get some of this off this nut here so that maybe it'll grip. I'll go back with a clean rag and some brake clean so that my strap wrench will more than likely hold. So we'll see. Boy, that's not wanting to come. She's tight. I don't know, I think I'm gonna have to maybe apply some heat. Let me finish cleaning this off. I don't know, maybe that will give me a little more grip down there. Let me try it. Because I am starting to slip a little bit. Yep, there it is. Okay. That helped me. Well, that one was tight. They're usually not that tight. Yeah, I know that stuff's kind of hard to see. Looks like it's oily. It started as oil, but you can just, yeah, it's just crusty. What I've been finding is you've got to soak it to get it off. You know, we don't want to scrape it here because we hope to save that paint. Oops, I better get my pan. I really didn't think there was going to be any oil in it. You know what I mean? All right, let's try it now. I'm gonna get ready. I know I'm gonna lose some here. Yeah. Probably original stuff. Be my guess. slides nice and easy there, so hopefully it's not bent. But the best part is I don't see any peeling or whatnot of the chrome. That one was pretty tight too, but not like the other one. This type of fork, this nut, if you run into trouble, your strap wrench is your friend. I can't remember who makes this one. It's made in here in the States, but I believe I want to say it's OTC, but I'm not real sure. Just Google a strap wrench and you'll find one. May not look like that, but you've just got to get it. It kind of pulls over and just tightens the thing up with this taper here. So they really do work well for these. And it keeps you from boogering up those nuts, the chrome. I've seen them with people had slip jaw wrenches on them and they're just ruined. You know, what do you do then? You've got to try to find another one. So don't do that. Get you a strap wrench. And I was getting ready to, if I couldn't get it to break loose, to apply some heat with a propane torch right here. This is where the threads are. Oh, no, I'm lied. The threads are actually right about here. So if you're having trouble, heat it up just below this groove here for the gaiters. And let's take a peek here, see what these are. Okay, so they're 28 millimeter tubes. So that's what we got to look for our seals and our gaiters. You'll have 28 millimeter. Actually, the gaiters you probably don't need that tube measurement from. You're going to need this one right there, 44, and then the groove. It looks like about 40. Okay, and then the top part is going to be this piece. I believe it fits in here like this. So it's got to be a pretty tight fit. You can see how it's split here, but this goes under the triple tree, and then your kind of the decorative chrome part goes on top of it, and the triple tree is sandwiched between this and that other piece. So that's the measurements you're going to need, and of course the length. So we'll see what we can come up with. I suppose if somebody really wanted to trick one of these out, you could put a set of forks on it from an AT1. Actually, I don't think so. Those, I believe, are 30s. I'm not real sure. Hang on a minute, let me measure. Actually, I just wanted to kind of see. I think you'd have to use the triple clamp too. Looks like about a 7-inch tube. So, yep, I believe you could. When we pull this off, I may just give it a try to see if you could do something like that. I'm probably not going to do it because, you know, it takes away from the originality of the bike, but I just, you know, that would look pretty nice up there, I think. You just kind of set it up here and see what you think. That way you'd have the internal threads, and if you end up with too much rake here, you can run these up a little bit in the tubes. Not much, I think you run it in the handlebars, but you can run them up a little bit. Food for thought. That's why you can actually use the 250/360 Enduro, the whole setup, triple tree and everything. You can put it on the AT1 just like we did on the 125 MX. It's like, say you're kind of close here, but I believe it's the 70, I can't remember for sure, maybe 78 400 or something like that, has got a top part of the triple clamp that actually sets back farther, and that's what I used on that. Then the handlebars are back further, and you can actually pull those tubes up, 3 or 4 inches if you need to. Okay, I've got the one tube between the right rollers here, and this is looking real good. 2000s. Yeah, about one there, if that. You should get the most in the middle if you've got any. Yeah, 1.5. Here's where the triple tree hooks on. Yeah, there's about a thou. That one's good. Let me get the other one. I'm trying to keep them together. That's why I don't have the other one down here. Okay, this is the other one. Well, that one's even better. It's like about one. Here's the shiny spot right here. That's where the seal runs most of the time. And that's where they'll be worn, plumb through the chrome sometimes. But these seem to be real good. I'm just going to check it up here where the triple tree or the clamp goes. Yeah, one. That's good. Those are good tubes. We just need to get some seals and gaiters. Okay, let's go ahead and get this steering head out of here. See if I can lose all those nice bearings that I think are in there. Oh, that thing's crusty too. My goodness. Some good grease or something they used back in the day. Okay, I'm going to take these out. All right, got all those. Now, let's see if I can get you down here so you don't miss it when I lose these. I'm gonna use a little bigger magnet here, and I'm gonna pull this down. My goodness, look at that. living life right, I guess. All right, so we've got all those, I think. Yeah. Okay, before we go any further here, which I think we're gonna have enough time to pretty much get it tore down. I just want to talk about another channel that's out there. If you're interested in these YL2Cs, or let's see, he's doing a 65 Campus 60, which is basically the same frame and just a little bit smaller engine. He's also got a 74 TC125 Suzuki he's working on, and a 79 Honda Express. And that would be Greg's Lair, Gregs, Greg's, and then a space, Lair. I'll try to remember to leave a link in the description block if you would go over there and take a look at him. He's doing some good work there. Okay, just take the side cover off here to kind of get it out of the way. I'm just going to do like I usually do, pull the shocks off and the swing arm bolt, and that will get the frame pretty much out of there, and then we can just deal with the rear wheel. I probably should get this bolt here at least loosened up first. Okay, I also saw that Kevin Bergeron was back on last week. I can't remember, I think it was Wednesday, for a live. So hopefully he'll be back on some videos here pretty soon. He indicated that he probably would be, so we all will be looking forward to some more Kawasaki goodness over at Kevin Bergeron. We'll go ahead and get the electronics kind of pulled out. We'll go ahead and pull the loom out. We do need to replace the switch and this wiring here. Hopefully we've got all that. I think I do anyway. I'm going to have to get, it's easier to do when it's being held up here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this out, and I'm trying to think here. Looks like in order to remove all this, I'm going to have to pull this fender out too. Otherwise, yeah, it's just easier to pull all that out before we, while it's still being held here in the lift. This should be the tail light right here. So that'll go out the end there. I think I'm actually going to leave the harness inside the frame. This, as far as I know, there's nothing wrong with that. I don't know. For now, I'm going to leave it in. We'll see where that takes us. And this one here we've got out so we can get the fender out. I remember back in the day, a lot of people would make flat trackers out of mostly the twin 100s, and they'd pull the fender off. This is kind of how it would look for flat tracking. I always thought it looked cool, you know, what can I say? These frames are actually pretty strong. They're, you know, a tube frame looks better in my opinion, but they really did, you know, it's a very rigid frame. leave the swing arm if it'll. It sounds kind of rusty, doesn't it? Ooh, it is, but looks like it's coming out. Okay, leave it in there just a little bit, and I'll get the shock off here, I think. These have got two completely different shocks on the back. I guess they just made it work. I don't know. It's kind of strange. Oops, what did I not take apart over here, I wonder? Oh, I've got the brake light switch. Let me grab that. All right, should come out, I think. Okay, I've got my the brake stay to get off. Okay guys, there you have it. The YL2C pretty much tore down. We're not doing a complete resto on this. I'm just, for the most part, I want to see how much I can buff out on, and it won't be the whole thing. It'll just be what's visible when it's all assembled. I'm not going to go to too much trouble, but I've got a lot of cleanup to do down here, and we've got parts to clean up, and of course we've got to get some fork seals and the gators. Really, I think that's about it. We should have most of the engine parts ready hopefully tomorrow, if not Monday, and we can start putting that back together. I know I've got some welding to do on the foot pegs, or it's broke there. Just a little bit of repair here and there, but my plan is to make it a kind of a survivor. Make it look as good as we can without painting it. I think we'll probably paint the silver on the fenders. It's just, I don't know. I don't know whether we can make that look good enough or not. We'll see. But anyhow, go over and give Greg a peek at his channel, Greg's Lair. If when you click on the video, if you hear Andy Griffith playing, and you know you're in the right place. It's pretty cool. He's got a picture of his house, and you are here, and Andy Griffith playing. So that's cool. Anyhow, give him a look, subscribe, and subscribe to this one if you're not already. And thumbs up everywhere around. If you don't like it, thumbs down. You know, that's fine too. It's not a big deal. It just shows interaction, and you know, you two don't care if it's all thumbs down or one thumbs down or anything thumbs down. It's just I got a couple guys out there that they watch every week, but they give me a thumbs down, so I guess they don't like it, but they watch anyway. So hey, thanks for going along on the ride, and we'll see you in the next video.